Hi everyone, so this is Harshita Ashwani back to you to share some more things about books, and there's a lot we need to know and a lot I need to share about. So, apart from reviews, which I've been doing since a long time, I thought to bring some different concept here and maybe a content that's useful for everyone and something which I've been asked, maybe you can say thousands of times how to and what to. So basically, what I'll be telling you today is about how to publish your own book. So basically, if you guys don't know about that, I do have a book that's what I published in 2019, and I was in first year of my graduation that time. So being a noob at that time, how to get into this and what are the things. So this book is not just my debut novel, but also things which I learned from how to go for it. What are the steps that are involved, and what could be the mistakes which I committed and should not. So basically, that's what this is my basic learning from this whole you can say criteria whole journey which I led to this book, and how I started writing, what were the things, what were the options for the publishing, and there's a lot I need to share about. So this would be a concise information about all of this. I'll try to give the most accurate one and actually tell you what not to do. So maybe this follows up with some other videos in continuation that will tell you how to publish your own book and how to be a published author in your name. So because having your name in some particular writing is something that everyone wants. Basically, I wanted the same. So, before beginning everything, just a simple request. Please like, share, subscribe, and often comment if there are any queries, or you can reach out to me through my mail ID, which will be present in the description. I'll be there to help you out in every particular way because I've been asked by many people how to publish or how to begin writing. So, I'll be sharing each and everything with you all. Now, let's not waste more time and begin with this particular aspect, publishing your own book. So, when we talk about the step one, so step one is basically refine your manuscript. So, basically, if you talk about what a manuscript is, so what you are writing into is your manuscript, your book, your upcoming novel. That written part is your manuscript. Now, if you ask me what is the point that you need to do, so very first thing is you should begin writing. And there are many people who ask me like they want to write and they don't know how to write or where to begin with. So if you are basically having a block, you can say a writer's block in that particular point, I would suggest you to read some, you can say related novels to your genre. So that's what's something it tells you, like, yeah, this is what you want in your novel. Or maybe there are ideas, there's brainstorming, there's very more, like much more things that you can do about. So the very first thing, before refine your manuscript, so this is for publishing. If you say step one is refine your manuscript, but if you are someone who are just thinking of writing or beginning of writing, then the steps would be different, maybe covered in some upcoming videos. So very first thing is to write, and then refining is basically when you are done with the first draft, maybe second draft, or maybe some xyz drafts, because we have multiple of drafts here. So the the first step after writing would be revise it, edit, make changes. Maybe you can ask your friend or someone who's there into this to give it a read. So there's a word change proofreading. So basically, someone or some beta readers could be there who could suggest you, like, yeah, these are the things that could be done. You will have some insightful changes or maybe suggestions, and actually have people who are good critics. Basically, you can have people who are in such environment, or you have people who's you can see are ready to accept things, like, yeah, if they are saying this, then eventually you need to make those changes, and actually they are saying what's right. Okay, so that's very important for you to do that. So refining is basically getting suggestions, sharing your book, and if you ask me what could be some good way, nowadays there are various of people who are doing this online too, but I would suggest you to go to some valuable or maybe well set reviewers for this. They may charge you because they do charge for this beta reading, but they'll suggest you a very refined part of manuscript, and there would be people who would actually edit it on your behalf too. So you can do that because that's something which I do. So I'm aware of there are people who reach out to me, share their novel, and actually we have a set of word limit for which we do that, and that makes your novel, you can say, from level 1 to this level, because maybe a single person working won't find that okay, this is good enough, and the second person will have their own perspective, and someone who's already reading hundreds of books, so that particular person will have a different level. So it's good to come in contact with people who are actually working on this. So this was your first part, that was refining your manuscript. Now let's see what could be the next part that we are doing too. So now you are done with your writing or refining a manuscript. We have the most important option here is going into publishing. So now going into publishing is all about, we need the way how we need to go up with the publishing, that is the publishing options. So right now, if you have heard of various things, so we have different types of publishing options available. So let's talk about, there is traditional publishing, there is self-publishing, there is crowdfunding, and maybe more going to be defined in this particular era because we are more into books now. So if we talk about traditional, how does the traditional publishing go? So if you see very well-known authors and something, like some people, we have people who will say submit your manuscript here and we'll find you publishers, or maybe you directly have the publishing house saying we accept manuscripts. So what they are doing is basically they are following the traditional ones. You just have to give them the manuscript, they'll read it, they'll review. If they find it up to the mark and up to their channel, they'll reach out to you and the further things go on. So that is what the traditional one is. Then we have a self-publishing. Self-publishing is somewhere you don't need anyone there. You have various things available already, you just need to upload. So basically, if you want to ask me what is an example of self-publishing, so we have KDP, that's Kindle. What you need to do is you need to upload there your novel, you need to have the refined one available there, you need to already set it as a publisher, sorry, set it as your own author, your own particular copyright thing should be there, designing your own cover, and there's a lot involved in this. So that's what KDP is all about. So that's self-publishing, where you don't require any particular person, you yourself have written it, you yourself are selling it online. Or maybe if you want to self-publish, you can actually get in touch with some those printing presses, you can get your own novel printed and be your own provider to the people who are bookstores or anywhere. So that's also part of self-publishing. So it's up to you to decide what it is. So self-publishing causes a lot of investment too. And then we have one more, that's crowdfunding. So basically there are various publishers, what they do is they'll ask you for money, they'll provide you a publishing support. They would say like for this particular money they'll be publishing your novel, they'll be requiring that money, and that, let's say there's a set limit that this money will be using in PR and all. So for this I would suggest you one thing, don't come in the scam basically, because right now using this word of crowdfunding, or maybe they use the word of traditional funding but they'll ask you for money. So that particular amount is not a smaller one, it could be up till like lakhs too. So don't come in contact with these people until and unless that particular publishing house is a well reputed one, or get in touch with some previous authors who have worked with that publishing house, because these people actually fool you up, they'll take up your money, they won't pay you royalties, that's true. They won't, actually they won't, and then what would happen is there would be no marketing, frankly speaking, no marketing from their end. What you will be doing is on your end. So beware of such people who are actually destroying this particular publishing committee all over. So this was what we'll be doing for the second option, that's finding a publishing option. Now let's say we have the publishing option in our mind, what we need to do. So what next? Let's see what is going to be next. Now is the time to work on your option. So let's say if you have chosen the traditional publishing option, so basically the traditional publishing, what you need to do, what you are going to do, you need to find a literary agent. What that literary agent is, that's basically, you can say, a medium between you and your publishing house. So let's say there's a very easy thing I'll explain you with. We have a publisher, we have a manuscript, okay? So let's say this is my manuscript, it's here in this, okay? And I need a publisher who wanna publish this book. So this is my publisher. Now I cannot directly get in touch with him, or maybe I do, I won't get a response so soon, or I don't know whether this particular publisher publishes the genre which I'm working on, or XYZ. There are various things to be done. So for this, what I require is a medium who knows multiple publishers, and that particular medium will help me to find a good publisher. Okay, so what we'll do, this is a literary agent. So this literary agent will be approached by me, and then when I'll submit my manuscript to this particular agent, what this agent is going to do is, this agent will go up to all the publishers which are there, and it will filter out the publishers of my own interest, and to all those publishers this particular literary agent will submit my novel and will find out the best quote for me. So what is the effective way of getting literary agent, or maybe how beneficial it is? So as said, a particular literary agent already has all the sources and all the connections. So this connection is eventually going to help you reduce your time limit and can get you the best of offers which you never thought of having. Maybe you get into the one of the bestest, or you can one of the best, or maybe one of the world's leading publishing houses too, because that's what your work is gonna do. So this is what a literary agent would be doing it. And then once you have a literary agent, you will have various offers, and you need to just find out how it is. So if you talk about literary agent, so literary agent, how you gonna find it? So there was a word said query letters. So what query letters is, you need to draft a comparing, you can say some compelling letter that will showcase what's your book's unique selling point, because there are, you can say, thousands of books every time, and how your book is gonna be different from the rest of the bunch, that's what you need to show them. And if you have that USP and you have that hooks that interest a particular publisher, then do. You have your literary agent, and that literary agent has a publisher. Okay. Now let's say, what if you don't go after the literary publish or literary agent and directly publish, or maybe reach out to a publisher? So that's all you can do. So what you have to do in that case is, if you go up to submitting your own manuscript to a publisher, what you need to do is, you directly need to have a list of publisher, the emails, you need to research about them very efficiently, and each particular publisher has a set of rules. Like some accept only the manuscript, some will accept some chapter outline, some will accept only first three chapters and what is your point, and maybe a letter or a cover letter along with it that will highlight all the things. And there are like millions of things you need to keep in mind. So for every particular publisher, you need to have that particular set of rules and set of you can say application set. Okay, so for this, it is like the publishing industry, is quite competitive. So for this, you need to be a little patient and be prepared for multiple rejections. You can say out of 100 you can actually get 99 rejections too. So be prepared for it, and don't let your morale down, because this is gonna happen eventually. Many publishers will reject you until and unless you reach that point, and after that, everyone will reach out to you. So that usually happens. So this is what we will be doing once we have the publisher. Now we have the publisher, we have everything. So what next? So let's see what is the next thing. Okay, so now you have your publisher ready with you, and now we need to know what next. So what next is, basically, you have your publisher, the publisher is publishing for you, but what is your point of view? You have written your novel too. You need to have a market set for yourself. The publisher is gonna do it for himself too, but now it's your own work. You need to work on your own thing. You have to do a lot of research for this. So cover designing and all, that's a part publisher would be heading you towards it. But then coming about setting a market, and actually you can say building a professional network for the same. So everything is to be done with you and how you'll be doing. So regardless of any publishing route you choose, may it be self or this, these are the vital things that you are required to do, that is marketing and promotion. So what you need to do is, you need to have a marketing set plan that includes everything, like your branding, okay, book launch, social media campaigns, various giveaways, reviews, maybe some live events with some fellow authors, or maybe some reviewers, That's what helps you out. And if you don't know about Goodreads, so that's one of the best, you can say, platform for booktubers. So that's what's required is get to your own book listed there, and actually have the reviewers there who would recommend your book. So that's very important. And then talking about building your professional network, so now you are here, and we know networking is a very essential aspect, not just in today's world, but in the professional and publishing world. It's very, very important. Attend some writing conferences, maybe workshop, book fair, connect with people, let them know about your book, share your writing things, or how you came into this. Maybe attend some writing contest, participate in it, have some social media interactions with people, expand your network so that people know, yeah, you are the person who did this. So that's what will give your book a larger scale and larger market. So that's very important. And now, if we talk about, once we are done with this, there's a very, very, very important thing that comes up for the next is copyright and legal consideration. So, if you talk about copyright and legal considerations, what and how. So, whenever you're publishing a book, just keep that mind that it is your intellectual property. Okay, it shouldn't be copied from somewhere or anything, because there are copyright laws and which can actually keep you in trouble. So before going up to anything, you must have that in mind. Now secondly, when you are with the publisher, you will be asked to sign a contract. There would be various rights that are to be there, royalties. So that's what everything comes about, royalties. So research about that particular publisher, get to know what are their offerings, what did they offer the other authors, maybe, if you get to know, because though that's confidential, but if your network is good, so you do get to know. And what are the rights management of your own writing for you. So that's very important. Once you have all of this, then congratulations, you have your book. Now what next? Just work on it, have continue growing with it. Then distribution and sales, which your publisher would be doing it, be a particular part in it, help be on online platforms, make your book available everywhere where possible, and connect with all the influencers, reviewers, book fair events, and a lot, you can say, where you can make yourself visible to all. That's very important. And then if you talk about everything is done, you have your book in the market, it's going well, what to next? Then obviously continue writing for the next one, because publishing is secondary, writing is first. So primary thing is to keep up your writing, whether it is your first book, second book, 10th book, last book, or anything. Just keep on writing, because that's very important. So now, after all of this session, if you say about a lot I said, so let's say we know how to publish a book, we know what are the tips that could be helpful. I hope these all insights were really helpful to any you, like maybe some people of you still are confused about which publishing option to choose, or maybe what. So maybe in the coming days I'll share more about it, a detailed version of how to go up with which particular publishing, or you can say, option, and what are the particular ways you can approach that thing. So, and maybe KDP publishing too, I'll show that. So everything is there. And a simple request to every one of you, if you have any questions or any particular additional insights you want to share with that, please mention in the comment below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, so that I can share more about books and even help you out in your own book publishing. And yeah, click the bell icon so that you know when I upload the next video on the same. And to all the budding writers, best of luck for your publishing journey, and always be writing, because it's all about happy writing, happy sharing, and happy building a world of your own imagination. Because books are more of the imagination of an author's writing. This is my imagination, so if you want to read that, go grab this book from Amazon, or maybe if you want me, I can deliver it too, because I have a bunch of books with me. So you can ask me, I'll surely take orders too. That's online, that would be the secondary ones. So reach out, and to everyone, happy writing. Bye bye.